How's it going, YouTube? Don't normally review or talk about three knives at once, but I am today. I got the Vosteed Raccoon, three different ones. And I don't normally buy multiples of the same kind of knife. I'm not one of those people. But this is a good enough knife and good enough price that I'll do that. As I said, this is the Raccoon, and I believe it's all the Vosteed knives are designed by Udong, and they're all run for 59 bucks, which is a great price. Most of the specs on all these knives are the same, or very similar. We got a 3.25 inch 14C 28M blade. Drop point is satin finish. The flat grind. They do have black washed blades, I believe, and maybe even stone washed. This is a batch one. This one dropped. I got this one the first day they ever came out. So it's got the older button, which a lot of people have ruined. This is the new crossbar lock that just came out, and this is the White Mountain Knives exclusive version. It's even got their little logo, which is kind of cute. Go over all the specs. I'll talk about what I dislike and some of the button lock problems in the past. Blade stock on the Raccoons is 2.8 millimeters or 0.112. They're all basically the same, maybe like thousandth or two difference. And they're all really thin behind the edge, and Vosteed does a great job. These are all super sharp from the factory. Most of my Vosteed knives come sharp. They're one of the best companies at sharpening, I believe. This knife measures in at 7.6 inches. I'll compare it to a couple other knives in case you're one of the few people that don't have a Raccoon. Hogue Deca. Benchmade bug out. Same as both of them. Two USA knives. Two Chinese knives. Kaiser T1. Kaiser Guru. About the same size as both of those. Bring them back in. You got a 4.3 inch handle. 0.49 inches width. And closing the pocket 1.15. As you see, they're all in micarta. I believe they also came out with a white G10 button lock one. I think that's it. They have black, micarta, green, and blue. They didn't have this one in blue, unfortunately. As you see, these two are button locks. A lot of people decided to whack their blades and destroy the buttons, so they had to redo the button, make the steel harder, and whatever else they did. So this one would probably come undone if I whacked it, but I don't cut with the back of my blade, so I would never do that. This one's got the newer button, much wider plunge. Yeah. So this one's probably good and sturdy. Not that I'd ever test that. There's thumb stud deployment only, unless you count the button. This one. Yeah. They all have great action. Good sharpening tool. And really thin behind the edge. They all come reversible pocket clip with a plate, cover plate, which is a really nice touch. I love it when knives have a cover plate. The two button locks weigh 3.15 ounces and the crossbar 3.05. And pretty much all of them have T6 screws except for the pivot, except for the Gen 1. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. It has a T8 there and there. The rest are T6s, besides the pivot. Not sure why they changed it to T6s, but I guess it doesn't matter much for $59. They all have a lanyard hole and a back spacer. But all three of them have a different pocket clip, slightly. Let's check them out. Same kind of design. This one's got more room underneath it. And this one has even more room and more of a curve up. So they all look the same from the top, basically, but they're all different. This is definitely one of the best selling knives of 2022, and they've continued into 2023 by selling the crossbar lock now, and the frag one just came out. I'll try to link them down below if I can. Now, my dislikes are pretty much all with this one. Now, for $59, you already don't get the best micarta, but it still looks like it has texture. If you look at this green one, I've cleaned it and all that, and cleaning it does not bring out texture, it just lines it up. You can see like little circles. But if you look at the back, that's right, it's got the texture. So what I think they did is, instead of making a front and a back scale, they made a back scale and used it as the front too. They just flipped it over and used the back side. If you get what I'm saying. Kind of hard to explain. So I did contact them, and Vosteed's customer service is really good. They were going to send me another one. They even showed me a picture of the one they was going to send me, and it looked just like this. They did the whole batch, at least with the satin blade. They all have this problem. So I just decided to keep it. It's not a big deal. It doesn't bother me too bad. I'm a big fan of the Raccoon. Carry it quite a bit. It's very slicey, very light. It's just a good EDC you're not scared to use. And I'd suggest it to anyone. So yeah, I don't really have any other complaints besides the T6 screws. Yeah, I can't really think of anything. They're great knives. On this one, it has an adjustable crossbar lock. So if this isn't enough tension, you can pop these screws off, and there's 3 different holes to adjust the spring. So you can make the detent stronger or lighter. Which is, there's no other knife under $100 you can do that. Besides the other Vosteed, the Grind. So yeah, that's about all I got for this. It's a little bit longer than normal, but 3 knives. So subscribe if you haven't already, and leave a comment if you'd like. Thanks.